The year is 1614. Europe is torn apart by religious conflict. And in a cathedral in Belgium, an artist is about to create a painting so powerful it would survive 2 wars, multiple thefts, and 4 centuries of history to become one of art's greatest mysteries. To truly appreciate the descent from the cross, we need to step back into the turbulent world of 17th century Europe, a continent torn apart by religious conflict. The Protestant Reformation had shaken the very foundations of Christianity, and the Catholic Church was fighting back through what we now call the Counter-Reformation. This wasn't just a theological debate, it was a cultural revolution that affected every aspect of society, including art. The Catholic Church recognized the power of art to communicate religious messages and stir emotional responses in viewers. They wanted art that would speak to people's hearts and minds, strengthening their faith and connection to the Church. Enter Paul Rubens, a deeply religious artist who had just returned from studying in Italy, bringing with him new techniques and ideas that would revolutionize Northern European art. But here's where it gets interesting. The painting wasn't commissioned by the Church itself, but by the Confraternity of the Arquebusiers, a guild of marksmen who wanted to demonstrate their devotion, wealth, and status through this magnificent work of art. Now, this is where our story takes some unexpected turns. This masterpiece has had more adventures than Indiana Jones. In 1794, as Napoleon's armies swept across Europe, the French decided this painting was too precious to leave behind. They carefully removed it from its home in Antwerp Cathedral and shipped it off to the Louvre in Paris, where it joined other liberated masterpieces from across Europe. But that wasn't the end of its travels. Just when things had settled down, along came World War I, and in 1914, the German army decided they wanted this treasure for themselves. The painting was packed up once again and sent to Berlin, where it remained until the end of the war. Can you imagine the tension and drama surrounding these events? Each time there were fears that this priceless work might be damaged or lost forever. Yet somehow, like a seasoned traveler, the painting survived these journeys and eventually made its way back home to Antwerp. These adventures add another layer of fascination to an already remarkable work of art, showing how great masterpieces often become caught up in the sweep of history. Let's get up close and personal with the painting itself, because this is where Rubens' genius really shines. What you're looking at isn't just a single painting, it's actually a triptych, a 3-panel masterpiece, where each part plays a crucial role in telling the story. The central panel, which draws your eye immediately, shows the moment of Christ's descent from the cross. But look at how Rubens has arranged everything. It's like a perfectly choreographed dance frozen in time. The figures form an oval shape around Christ's body, creating a sense of unity and movement that pulls you right into the scene. The diagonal composition, running from the top right to the bottom left, creates a dynamic energy that makes the scene feel alive and immediate. Notice how every figure is connected to another, either through touch, gesture, or gaze. This wasn't just artistic showing off. Rubens was using these compositional techniques to make us feel like we're part of this intimate, solemn moment. The way he arranged the figures also creates a natural flow for our eyes to follow, ensuring we don't miss any of the important details he included. This is where things get really fascinating, because Rubens was a master of subtle details that add layers of meaning to the painting. Let's start with his brilliant use of light. That mysterious, otherworldly glow that illuminates Christ's body and the white shroud isn't just for dramatic effect. It's a powerful symbol of divine presence breaking through earthly darkness. But there's more. Look at the figure at the top right of the painting. He's holding the shroud with his teeth, which might seem like a strange detail until you think about the practical reality of trying to lower a body while balanced on a ladder. It's these touches of real-world authenticity that make the scene so believable and relatable. And have you noticed the copper basin at the bottom of the painting? It contains the crown of thorns and nails from the crucifixion, sitting in congealed blood, a stark reminder of the suffering that preceded this moment. Every detail, from the folds in the clothing to the expressions on the faces, was carefully planned to add depth and meaning to the scene. First, there's the number of figures in the scene, exactly 8. In Christian symbolism, 8 represents resurrection and new beginnings, a subtle reference to what's to come. The 3 Marys at the bottom of the painting form a triangle, which isn't just pleasing to the eye, it's a reference to the Holy Trinity. And check out St. John in his vibrant red cloak. That color choice wasn't just because Rubens was feeling bold that day. Red symbolizes both love and sacrifice, perfectly capturing St. John's role as the disciple who would go on to write so eloquently about divine love. Even the positioning of the figures tells a story. The way they form a human chain to lower Christ's body represents the connection between heaven and earth, the divine and the human. It's like Rubens created a visual sermon, with each element carrying multiple layers of meaning that his contemporary audience would have recognized and appreciated. Just when you think you've got this painting figured out, the side panels reveal another layer of brilliance. These aren't just decorative additions, they're integral parts of a larger narrative about bearing Christ. On the left panel, we see the Visitation, where a pregnant Mary carries the unborn Jesus as she visits her cousin Elizabeth. On the right, there's the Presentation in the temple, showing the elderly Simeon holding the infant Jesus. These scenes might seem unrelated at first, but they're all connected by this theme of carrying or bearing Christ. This was Rubens' clever solution to a tricky problem. The Arquebusiers Guild wanted their patron saint, Saint Christopher, whose name means Christ-bearer, to be featured in the painting. However, strict Counter-Reformation rules limited what could be shown in religious art. So Rubens found a way to weave the theme of bearing Christ throughout all 3 panels, satisfying both the Guild's wishes and the Church's requirements. Beyond its religious symbolism and technical brilliance, this painting carries a profound message about human nature itself. Look at how tenderly each figure handles Christ's body, how carefully they work together in this solemn task. In a time of bitter religious conflict, when Europe was torn apart by competing beliefs, Rubens created a scene that speaks to universal human experiences: grief, compassion, and the care we show for those we've lost. The figures in the painting represent different aspects of society working together in a moment of shared purpose. It's as if Rubens is telling us that despite our differences, our common humanity unites us in moments of profound significance. This message would have resonated powerfully with viewers in Rubens' time, and it continues to speak to us today. If you enjoyed uncovering these artistic secrets with me, you know what to do. Smash that like button and hit subscribe to join our growing community of art enthusiasts. And don't forget to ring that notification bell so you never miss out on our next artistic adventure. Each week, we dive deep into another masterpiece and uncover the fascinating stories behind it. Have you ever seen this painting in person? Or do you have another artwork you'd love for us to explore? Let me know in the comments below. Also, let me know which of the hidden symbols surprised you the most.